If anyone else has one of these cute cow mugs, can we just take a minute to look at him? Look at him. I love him. Hello everybody, and as you could probably tell by the title today, it is something different and something I am not used to doing, but I would like to show you some books that I got. So over the past, let's say, 2.5 months, including Christmas, I went a little bit crazy on my book buying. I'm currently on a book buying ban. No more, not allowed. But thanks to like friends and family and just spoiling myself for Christmas, I have now acquired a whole new 35 books that have made it into my collection that I would like to tell you about. So welcome. This is my 35 book haul for the end of the year of 2021 and the beginning of 2022. Now I'm only doing this now as of like end of the year Christmas / book haul because about 11 of the books did not come in my mail until today, 2 weeks after they were ordered. I do want to preface this with saying most of these books I'm just going to give a small little synopsis of. I'm not going to say okay and then. It's just going to be kind of like a quick cut in between just because it'll be a little bit lengthy already as it is. So without further ado, grab a drink, some cute PJs, and a friend, and let's get started. I kind of want to time myself just to see how long it would take for me to full on film this video all the way through. So I feel like I should start a time clock watch. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start at 0. Just a fun little test. I want to see how long this is gonna take me. Starting out, we have Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I'm currently reading this one right now. I got this right after Christmas when Barnes & Noble was having their 50% off hardcover books. This was the last one. She's a little damaged, she's a little loved. Got some little issues right here in the corner, but we love her. She's great, she's beautiful, and I am hooked. I'm about page 400 now, but moving on. Synopsis of the story is we have our main character named Bryce, and her best friend has been killed by a demon, and they're trying to figure out who this demon is being summoned by and how to kill the demon, and just general items. There's artifacts, evil, politics, archangels, fun things like this. She's beautiful, she's great, let's keep going. Kelly Kuhn is about our main character named Kaimani, and in the city of Alu, when their ruler is about to die, they choose 3 of the most beautiful women in the kingdom to sacrifice themselves in death to join him in the afterlife. And so because of this weird sacrifice, Kaimani is doing whatever she can to bring up any secrets and to stop the sacrifice of her sister. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. My best explanation is just book talk. That's where I got this from, that's where we're going to. It is about our main character, Bree, who makes a deal with the Fae Queen after her sister has been taken by him to steal 3 relics. And within the process of that, one of her only options is to pose as like a possible marriage for one of her princes. Very excited. Nice little love triangle going on. Seasons of the Storm by Eli Cosimano is about 4 kind of elementals who control all of the seasons. It is primarily about winter and spring, and the way the cycle kind of works is winter kills spring, spring kills summer, summer kills fall, fall kills winter, and it's a whole cycle over and over again. So when winter and summer fall for each other, it kind of goes a love story not ever meant to be, to where the main characters have to find a way to break the spell so that they can finally be together. The next book on the list is going to be The May Queen Murders by Sarah Jude. It is about 2 girls, Heather and Ivy. When Heather goes missing at a May Day celebration, it kind of reveals some small town secrets that are involved in the town. I kind of chose this one and put it on my wish list because It takes place in the Missouri Ozarks. I am from the Arkansas Ozarks, Ozark Mountains up there. So it's kind of like a little place to feel like home. I'm also from a really small town with a lot of secrets, and I would like to kind of make a cool little mystery connection that I probably wouldn't get to make back home. The Stolen Kingdom by Julian Boheme is about a main character named Merlith, and she has these magical powers which also give proof to a secret bloodline, and she gets sucked up into a plot to murder the royal family. And that's about all I know about this, but it's supposed to be a romance, mystery, political, fun stuff like that. And this isn't very high up on my list, and I'm afraid it's going to sit on my shelf for a while, but hopefully I can get to it in a timely manner, because it does sound good. Pouty man. I don't know if you saw him just bite my... Why are you like this? Look, you have so many toys. Okay, I was making sure it was the same on both sides. This is beautiful, first of all. But yes, so I got Quidditch Through the Ages and The Tales of Beetle and Bard. And then the nice hardback special edition covers. Oh, it looks so pretty on the shelf. I just started my Fairy Loot subscription box, so 3 of these books in here are a part of the Fairy Loot subscription. I still want to show them off because they're beautiful and I love them. Jadefire Gold by June Seal Tan is a story about An and Alton. Alton is a forgotten heir that had supposedly died when he was young, and An is just kind of like an orphan, but An might be the way for Alton to get his powers back by finding a certain sword. And it's kind of an enemies to lover. Alton is trying to kill An, and An is just trying to do good by the world. Gods and Monsters by Shelby Marin. I have read the first 2 and I didn't bother going back and rereading them before I picked this one up because I hated the second one. I hated it. You guys can hate me in the comments, but I hated it. It was awful. It was just... It was a lot. It was 100% Lou and Reed just against each other the entire time. It to me felt more like the main characters were against each other than fighting for a cause against Morgan. But my Nana took me shopping and I picked this one out. We love her. She's adorable. I picked this out. I've already finished it. Let me tell you, it's just like the first one. It made me fall in love with the series all over again because the second one just kind of did me in. I wasn't excited for this book. I wasn't going to pick it up, and then all of a sudden I saw it at Barnes & Noble when she took me shopping. I picked it up. I read it on the plane home starting, and then I finished it a few days later, and it was 100% worth it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you haven't read the first 2, I recommend them first, but the second one's not the best. This one makes up for it. It's very close to the third. I still think the first is better. Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson is about our main character, Artemisia, who is training to be a nun, and these nuns go through and they'll kind of reap the souls of the dead just so they do not come back as like a living or like possession, so like better lack of word, demons. But one night her coven is, it's not coven, that's the wrong word. No, it is convent. Her convent is attacked by possessed soldiers, and in order to kind of like get everything back together, she has to go look for the Vespertines, who are very rare, and she has to go to a main source to kind of learn more about them. I'm assuming she's going to turn into a Vespertine, because of course that's how things go. But I'm excited to read this. I'm big on gothic, spirits, supernatural. It's going to be good. I'm going to be sad because there's probably not going to be romance in this, but it's going to be good. Year of the Reaper by Makia Lucier is another one of my Fairy Loot books. I still have my little note in the bookmark apparently. But this is about our main character, Lord Cassia, who had to leave the, I don't want to say castle, but had to leave his royal family because of a war that was happening. He spent those 3 years of his life in a like in a prison of sorts. So when an assassin starts to threaten the queen, he has to use the assistance of a girl named Lena to make his way back to his home and find newfound peace in the world, in the kingdom. Romance. The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling is about Elise, who is cursed, and every time she touches someone, she kills them, and a vampire named Claire, who is tasked with helping her master her powers. It is a sapphic novel. It's going to be beautiful. I'm excited. It's going to be gothic. It's going to be good. The Selection by Akira Cass. I actually read this already, and I read it in one day, both times. I have the rest of them on their way. They're coming. Amazon is bringing them here. But if you like The Bachelor and you like kind of like a dystopian world of states where the United States is run by kings and queens, and they choose their the king will choose their wife based on one of the common people. Beautiful love triangle. More Than This by Patrick Ness. I haven't read anything by this author. My best run over right now is probably to just read the little excerpt from the back. So Seth drowns, desperate and alone, but then he wakes naked, thirsty, starving, but alive, and where is he? The streets seem familiar and everything is abandoned, overgrown, covered in dust, and he remembers dying. His skull bashed against the rocks. He has woken up in his own personal hell. Is there more to this life? Perhaps an afterlife. And the concept of an afterlife and life after death is very exciting to me. I'm very curious about it. I'm making the mistake of piling all of my books in one that I had just gone through in one stack rather than multiples. Like I'm pulling it from the second stack, and it's getting very shaky. I have another book going around around book talk because I'm a sucker. I can't help it. So A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson is about a senior named Andy who is murdered by her boyfriend, and 5 years later Pip is doing her like end of the year project. Yeah, just as her final project for senior year, and she goes opening the cold case file, discovering answers in murder. I feel like I should update you about what time it is. We are currently at, I'm very high up on the screen. We're currently at 31 minutes. I'm really bad at this. I don't know half these. Like, I know the books because I know that I wanted to read them when I bought them or when I put them on my wish list. But some of them have been on my wish list for a while and haven't got to them. So we gotta go back through and make sure I'm telling you guys the correct synopses. Bonecryer's Moon by Catherine Purdy is about a teenager, a girl named Elise, who she's been prepared from birth to become the Bonecryer's matriarch. And for the Bonecryers, they are required to go and kill who is supposed to be their one true love. So, what's his name again? So, Bastien, his father was slayed by a Bonecryer, and he is supposed to be the one that Elise kills. So, and we still love her. There's also another character in this book called Sabin, who is Elise's best friend, and she's trying to break the cycle before anyone can get killed at all. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. No explanation needed. If you do not know anything about this book, I'm really surprised you're watching this video right now because you should already know a lot. But, better lack of words, there's an assassin. We have to kill people. Kalena. If I'm saying that wrong, call me out on it. But she's the assassin. She has to kill 23 people, and I am here for it. Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston is about a girl named Cerise, and she lives in this utopian kingdom where there's no drought, no famine, everything is beautiful, everything is wonderful. But when she was a young girl, her mother was killed in the woods, and the woods hold this like dark secret in this curse, and she was the only one to escape out of the woods, but somehow she was left with a little bit of the curse in her blood. So when a new queen is crowned, she has no other choice but to run back into the woods, with her only companion being a little fox, and I'm excited for the little companion to see what happens to her if she's able to break the curse, anything like that. The Smoke Thieves by Sally Grant is about 5 young adults who, because of a stolen vial of demon smoke, have all come together, and if I'm correct, it is about a battle against all 5 of them, and they're all fighting for something. That's all we got with this one. Star Daughter by Shveta Thakrar is about a girl named Sheetal, who she is the daughter of a star and a human father, and when she turns 17 she starts to lose control of her powers and accidentally burns her father by this star flame, star force, and the only way to save her father is to go back into the stars. But the stars were calling her back regardless because they wanted her to be their human, like kind of the person they put up on the pedestal. But she's got to go through a competition first, so in order for her to be able to save her father, she has to compete in this competition to be the, what does it say? The human champion for the next ruling house of the heavens. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and I'm sure most of you guys have heard a lot about this book already. It is everywhere. It is incredible. It stands up 100% when everyone is saying to it. Highly recommend everybody read this. But it is about the main character named Evangeline, and she fell in love with this man who is set to marry her stepsister. So in order for her to stop the marriage, she goes to one of the fates, and one of the fates, Jax, stops the wedding, turns her to stone, and she ends up turning into the hero of the story. And it's kind of like an Aladdin thing, Aladdin type of 3-wish situation where he requires 3 kisses from her in order to grant her wish and ensure that she's able to, like, or as a payment for stopping the wedding. This book starts hard and heavy and it does not stop the entire time. I finished this in one day. Much recommend. Horde by Katerina Lino is about a girl and her mother who, after her father's death, moves back to Maine, into the house that her mother grew up in. And so this girl starts to get bullied and she's kind of trying to get used to everything, but her mother reveals a secret storage room that just happens to be a little girl's bedroom, and it's kind of about figuring out the fun things involved in that nice little mystery. Oh god. Anger in the Ashes by Sabara Tahir is about a girl whose brother gets arrested on the accounts of treason, and she gets caught up with the rebels in order to spy for them just to try and get her brother's freedom back. And you also kind of meet a soldier named Elias and a good little enemies to lovers. I'm ready for this. I hate this. But what can you do? The Never Tilting World by Ren Chupeco is about 2 girls who, after a betrayal, they split their world into 2. So one world is in a never-ending night and another world is cloaked in an ever-burning sun. And now the daughters of the 2 goddesses are going on a journey to try and go back and to fix their worlds and bring them back together. A Girl by Jennifer Dugan. I've actually already started this book. It is a sapphic novel about a girl who, well, this group of friends who works at a theme park. Was called Magic Castle Playland. This is one of the books my roommate got for me because she thought it was a joke. We used to work at Fun Spot and she was like, this is exactly like Fun Spot, you have to read it. And I've got it, I've started it. I have enjoyed most of it. It's about a girl who has a big crush on one of the diving pirates at the Magic Castle Playland, and so she's trying to find and do whatever she can in order to fall in love with the pirate or get him to notice her, even though he has a girlfriend. And I have a bad feeling this is going to end up on my DNR list because it's a lot lower grade of a level, like reading level, than I was expecting it to be. Of course, I don't know what I was expecting. It's just like Fun Spot. But it's going to be a hard one to finish. I don't want to give any spoilers. It's stressing me out, and I just feel like I'm back in middle school again with girls trying to do whatever they can in order to get a man, and it's slightly dumb decisions. All the Tides and Fate by Adeline Grace is book 2 in the All the Stars and Teeth series. If you like piratery, if you like waves, beautiful dark romance, this is for you. It kind of follows the main character as she goes through Visidia searching for a magical artifact in order to, without giving it away, in order to gain back something that she lost, because her people are now questioning her as a leader. The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant is about our main character, Nina, who is a very, very good thief. She's stolen from the prince. She can steal from anyone. She can steal anything. She's an incredible thief. But the Lord, also known as the Tiger, sets his sight on her sister Cosette and wants to take her, I'm assuming, her hand in marriage. And so this is about Nina going back to the thief to steal back her sister. Before I get too far into this, can we just take a moment to appreciate this? I didn't know this was coming like this. I had a heart attack when I opened it up. I just have to figure out how to get this tape off safely without ruining the cover of it. Yeah. You know. But The Genevieve Deception by Kiersten White is a Knights of the Round Table King Arthur retelling, but from the perspective of Genevieve, his wife, and everything that she has done for her country. I just want to go ahead and point out, I really like that on the back it says, "There was nothing in the world as magical and terrifying as a girl," and amen. Amen. The Lantern's Ember by Colleen Huck is about our main characters, Jack and Ember, and Jack is set to kind of guard the gate to the other world, and Ember is kind of drawn to this bridge where this gate is housed. So one day when Ember crosses over into the other world, Jack must battle with her to get her out of the other world, and like I said, friends, enemies to lovers, and this sold me. We have Otherworld, we have Supernatural, and we have enemies to lovers. Scream Queens by Lori Goldstein is about 3 girls, Maddie, Lucy, and what's her name? Delia, who are in the STEM field. They're fighting for an internship that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Only about 2% of people are able to get this this award. But slowly after the competition starts, they realize they're going to be the only all-female group to win if they did win. And it just kind of navigates a little bit of life mixed in with being female in STEM. And of course, powerful females, we love it. Super Adjacent by Crystal Cestari. Cestari. Yes. Is about 2 girls who are kind of the superheroes second in line. Not saying they're superheroes, but they're definitely kind of like the helpers. I would like to probably describe them as Ned from Spider-Man, just kind of back in the background, but they're to help with anything they need. But when all the superheroes go missing, Claire and Bridget, I have a girl at work named Brigitte, so that's what I'm thinking. Claire and Bridget are the only ones that are able to kind of save the world. So I thought this was cute. I've been seeing this one for a while at Barnes & Noble, and I finally was able to pick it up, and I'm very excited. So this next book is going to be a little bit controversial, but I think kind of the growth that comes from this book and kind of finding who your friends are and finding who yourself are is going to be the most important thing, kind of why I picked it up. But it is called Unpregnant. I also got this for $1, so I saw it and I was like, let's grab. But it is about a 17-year-old teenager who ends up getting pregnant, and the best thing for her situation at the moment, because she was trying to go to college, is to get is to go and get an abortion, but the closest one near her is 14 hours away, and she doesn't have a car. So she takes to one of the like delinquents within the school, and she kind of confides in her, and they make the road trip 12-13 hours away to get to this clinic, and they encounter a bunch of different stuff in between. So shotguns, ex-boyfriends, shotguns specifically again, as it's mentioned in the book. The road to adulthood isn't easy, but it's better with a friend by your side. So I think this is an interesting topic. I think this is an important topic for young adults, especially to read if they're going through situations like this, to see it from this sort of a perspective. So though it is very controversial, I think this could possibly be very helpful for some people who may be considering a decision like this and just kind of trying to think it through. That's all I'm going to say on that. House of Dragons by Jessica Cluess is about 5 teenagers, or I don't want to say teenagers, 5 young adults who within this kingdom of Eutrasia are kind of put against each other. They are the oldest of all of their houses, and they are put to battle against each other in a trial. And apparently this year is different. The year is these 5 outcasts will be pitted against each other. It involves the liar, the soldier, the servant, the thief, and the murderer. So if it has dragons in the covers, I'm here. That's why I picked this one up. There's not too much other information on it in terms of the front synopsis page. On the back it says 5 houses will hear the call to compete for the dragon throne. Who will win? It also says stay alive win at all costs. So I guess their lives are on the line. I don't want to say Hunger Games, but make it dragons fantasy, but it might be. We Are the Fire by Sam Taylor is about when children are, in this kind of fantasy world, children are stolen from their parents as kids, and they go through this, I don't want to say medical procedure, but this magical procedure to where they all are trained to become fire-wielding soldiers under this kingdom. And the main characters, Prawn and Oksana, are kind of holding each other together through this whole situation since they've been kids. And when they learn about some secrets that the king or the ruler is going to do to all of these fire-wielding children, or I guess they were children, these fire-wielding humans, they want to escape, but they have different morals and different kind of ideas on how this is to happen. So it's kind of a maybe friends to lovers, that'd be nice, but 2 best friends, a driving force between them, and possibly becoming monsters to defeat the monsters. I have finally made it to the end. That was 35 books that I had just recently hauled and gotten from the end of December. So there's like 1 or 2 in there from November. They're mainly my Fairy Loot ones, and then a few from January, just because my ones that I ordered on Christmas did not come in till today. I say today, it's like January 10th. Yeah, today. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it even more than that. Subscribe down here in the bottom, and please leave me comments because I know I butchered some of these names. But other than that, have a wonderful night. Goodbye. Last minute update. It took me 1 hour and 13 minutes to film this. So it's 10:36. I'm about to get editing and then head to bed because I gotta work tomorrow.